You clicked on this video because you're interested in how to set up a successful media or production company. Or you're watching this video later down the road and you're trying to figure out how modern Babe Ruth called his shot years in advance. No matter what, thank you guys for joining. See, you all got here via different videos, thumbnails, titles, links, advertisements, or whatever else, and you're all completely at a different point in time. This video could be at 10 views, 50 views, 1,000 views, 50,000 views, or more realistically, probably in the high 5-figure, low 6-figure range, and I doubt this video will ever push to really see 7 figures. Hopefully this is a really important piece of your journey as well. This particular point in time, I hope, is transitioning you from today to the future, and that is going to be a really cool journey. I do think that if it is something that helps you transition into a more successful you or a more successful company that you've created, you do share those experiences down below in the comment section. I think it'd be really cool and insightful to see the different successes for other people, what success was for them, and how this possibly helped them get there. Plus, if we share it together, we all win together. Selfishly, I am curious when you came here, more particularly what the view count was. I anticipate it's going to change over time. So the lower view counts, I think you're going to have one group of people that are coming. As it becomes a more viewed video, I think it's going to transition to another group of people who are going to be here. And then when it's got a really, really high view count, I think it's going to be an even different group of people. I'll release that in a later video of what my thoughts are, but they're written down and you can check the notes later. This video is going to be the prequel or the homework to a larger video that's going to be the blueprint for this whole schema. It's going to be in some way titled with the word blueprint in it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to watch this video so that you can watch that video so that I just kind of cheese views back and forth. If you are a more driven person or a person who's probably a little bit closer to success, the questions that I'm about to ask you and hopefully you answer, those alone should be a driving factor to be able to help you send you on your journey to become as successful as you want to be. With that being said, if you're maybe not as far into that path or you do want to see more of the blueprint, that video will be coming out this Friday. First off, who am I and why should you be listening to me? I'm not an award-winning video creator or director or anything like that. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a celebrity. I'm nothing like that. So who am I? Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've done a lot more in the business world than I have inside of the media world. However, I've had a fair amount of success when it comes to media, content production, and the likes. Most specifically and most currently, in the past 12 months, I took an idea that was a conversation I had with a business partner in a meeting about a year ago in last November. And over the course of this year, I transitioned that from zero income, zero employees, zero any of that, to something that should be generating $1 million this year. Now, that's not all profit. That's not a crazy, super sexy number. I mean, realistically, that's going to be at about a 10 to 15% profit model. So that's not, putting me in a Lamborghini or anything crazy like that. However, more importantly, what it does do is it does allow for me to take 5 to 10 editors, pay them between $50,000 and $100,000 a year, to business developers and pay them around $100,000 a year, and 2 project managers and pay them around $75,000 a year. And to me, that's a lot more impactful when it comes to tangible business success, especially in something in this regard. That's not to say all of my business ventures inside the media and production world have all been successful, because they absolutely have not. I've had plenty of duds along the way, and I've had a few successes along the way as well. But again, the reason I think that you should be listening to this and you should really focus on this as well is I don't think any of those companies or businesses failed because of the plan. They failed because of the execution. At the end of the day, if you come up with a really good plan that is really well thought out, researched, you iterate upon that plan, you innovate on that plan, and you continue to improve upon that plan, you will be successful. You see, the plan is always easy. It's even deceivingly easy. But the execution, that's hard. And that's what's always hard. You don't need crazy equipment, crazy gear, nothing like that. You just need a plan. I could be recording this video on something like this, something crazy cool, something crazy impactful, or some crazy lighting setup. Instead, I'm using a tiny little light, another tiny little light that just died, and I'm in an empty studio that hasn't even been built yet, with no crazy cool gear, anything else like that. Instead, it's just me making a video, and that's all you really have to do to get started. So here are the 5 things you really need to focus on and the questions that you need to answer before you get started and building out your blueprint to be successful. And the first one is, what do you define as success? What does that mean to you? Is that a dollar amount? Are you trying to make $100,000 a year, $250,000 a year? Do you want to employ 20 people? Do you want to win awards, accreditations? Do you want some sort of validation in the sense of that? Or are you just looking for financial success? Or are you just looking for more time and freedom to do the things that you want to do? That's the first thing you've got to answer is, what is your version of success and how do you define it? The next question you need to ask yourself is, which side of the industry do you want to lean on? The side that involves more emotions and feelings, or the side that involves more leads and sales generation? Both of those are totally good, but one of them is more in vein with like music videos and wedding ceremonies and things that provoke you to feel a certain type of way. The other one is going to be advertising and marketing. How do you generate leads for a company? How do you generate sales for a company? What does that look like? Which one of those two avenues would you rather pursue? The third question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to do this solo? Do you want to do it with a team, or do you want to be a part of the team? Also, what part of that journey have you already experienced, and what part of that journey do you still want to experience? Have you never been a part of a team before and you would like to try that out and see what that looks like? Or have you already been with a team before and you realize you really just want to do this by yourself and you don't want to depend on others? That's a really important aspect to be able to ask and know the answer to that question moving forward. The fourth question is, what side of the business suits you best? Are you better behind the camera? Are you better talking to people? Are you better producing? Are you better editing? Are you better with sound design? What element of the industry do you think you're currently the best at? Conversely, what do you want to be the best at? What would you rather be really good at in the next year, 2, 3, 5? And what does that look like? What are the skills that you need to be able to get there? And the last question is, what is ground zero like for you? Where are you at today? What are the skills you have? What is the gear you have? What are the assets you have? Who are the client list? What connections do you have? And where are you at currently today? Once you've got all that figured out, you have every question that you need to know. Put that in reverse order, go from 5 to 1, and that takes you to your path of what you've defined as success. Now, I know what you're thinking. This man must be crazy. He didn't mention a single thing about marketing or sales or any other nonsense. And to be frank, you don't really need marketing or advertising. And when it comes to sales, you're always selling. It's no different than what you do in your current life. You don't have to be Jordan Belfort trying to force somebody to buy some pen somewhere. That's totally not necessary. But instead, you can sell things with the quality of your work. You can sell things with your connections. You can sell things by generating a type of response that people, really loved your product, or you generated them a lot of leads, or it was really a successful campaign, and they tell their friends, and then they will promote you and they will get you sales. You don't have to go out there knocking on doors, cold calling people, or any other nonsense. And if you are good at that, you can do that, and you can totally bring people in based upon your ability to sell. But that's something that everybody has to do in their every single day life, which is why it's something that's not even worth mentioning. And the last non-tangible thing you need is to be accountable, because accountability is one of the most basic metrics that everybody needs to be successful really in any vein. What I mean by that is if your company says it's going to do something or it's going to deliver a product, you have to deliver the product. A great example of that is this video. If I am who I say I am and my company is who we say we are, then this video should be well on its journey to tens of thousands of views. If it's not, clearly we've missed the mark, and clearly we're not right, and clearly we're not good at this whole social media marketing thing, so you probably shouldn't work with us anyway. But I have a good feeling this video has got well more than 8 views, so therefore, hopefully we're at least a little bit accountable in that vein. Not to mention, it also is going to make us more accountable, because I'm recording this currently on Saturday, November 18th, and I can show you that on my watch or phone right now by unlocking this thing in real time, which is clearly very slow. And you can see that at the top what the date is. I'm going to be recording this video, editing it. This is going to be coming out tomorrow on Sunday the 19th, right? Yeah, today's the 18th, on the 19th. And then this Friday, which is Thanksgiving week, we'll be releasing a video which is the blueprint. This degree of accountability is holding me responsible for making sure that me and my team get this done. Not only that, but that we are correct in our social media marketing campaign and that everything we said is kosher. I think it will be. I anticipate it will be. If not, I wouldn't be recording this and I wouldn't have the confidence to do this. But here we are. The last takeaway, and if there's anything you do take away from the video, it should be this. Everything in our industry should be a win-win, as with everything. And what I mean by that is whenever you get completed with a job, it should be a victory for you and it should be a victory for your client. Your client should feel like they got what they asked for. They should be very happy with the results and they should feel very good about it. Whether that's a lead generation, whether that's an emotion you've curated, or anything in the likes, it should be a win-win. You should not be bragging that I got so much money for this deal and this guy got screwed and he way overpaid me for this, yada, yada. That should never be the case. If everyone works to make every situation a win-win where your client is just as happy as you are, obviously we're performing a service, we should get paid for that service, and our client should be very happy for the service that we've provided. If they are so happy with that service that we've provided, they're going to tell their friends this lead generation thing that I did worked really well for me. This advertising campaign was unbelievable. This wedding video was so beautiful. Everyone there absolutely loved it. If those are the things your clients and my clients are saying to their friends are going to be thinking to themselves, I need more marketing. I need a wedding video. I need somebody to make an advertising campaign for me, or anything of the likes. And those are the way in which this industry grows. It helps grow our clients' portfolios, makes our clients feel better. Everyone in that end is very, very happy. I get more work, you get more work, and the industry does nothing but grow. That's why at the end of the day, the biggest thing that we need to make sure we capitalize on is making sure every transaction is a win-win. We win, they win, everybody wins. There should be no losers. Thank you for watching today's video. This is normally going to be a 20 to 30 second runoff. That'll be answering comments and questions and other things, as well as giving updates from previous videos. Stuff like showing you the cool studio we're working on that's very not finished and not close to being finished. But with this being the first ever video we've recorded, we obviously have none of that. Me and my team are excited for you to be joining us on this journey, whether this is day one, week one, month one, year one, first view, 1,000th view, millionth view. Very thankful that you're here. Very excited for the journey, and we will see you on Friday for the next video.